Have you ever looked around and noticed that some of the smartest people you know, they seem to be the ones who struggle the most with money? It's a really unsettling idea, right? It kind of goes against everything we were taught growing up. Well, today we're going to dig into exactly why that is.
And here's the scary part. It often starts with this chilling realization that by the time you figure out that being smart isn't the cheat code you thought it was for money, well, the damage is already permanent. It's this quiet crisis that sneaks up on you, and believe me, the stakes are incredibly high.
So let's talk about what I call the expired promise. It's this story we were all sold as kids, right? It was super logical, super comforting. Just be smart, work hard, figure things out, and don't worry, the money, it'll just show up eventually.
The thing is, that promise has an expiration date, and it usually hits somewhere in your 30s, and it's silent. There's no alarm that goes off, no warning label. You just start to get this nagging feeling deep down, this confusion, right? You start to feel like you're falling behind, even though you look at other people you know you're smarter than, and they seem to be getting ahead. What is going on?
And that confusion, it leads to this really, really dangerous question, one that can honestly shake your entire identity to its core. And it's this: what if this thing you've built your whole life on, your intelligence, what if it was never actually the advantage you thought it was? At least not when it comes to money.
And this is what feels like a total betrayal of your own intellect. It's such a painful paradox because smart people, they do everything right, at least on paper. They do the research, they analyze everything, they try to optimize every little detail. But here's the kicker. What if those exact things, the very actions that feel so smart and logical, are the very things that are holding you back?
Just look at this comparison. It says it all. On one side, you've got the smart approach, right? Analyze, optimize, wait for that perfect moment of clarity before you do anything. And then on the other side, you've got the effective approach, which is just show up, repeat, compound, commit. So while one person is completely stuck in analysis paralysis, the other person is just quietly building wealth day by day. And this is the result. It's so subtle. Money doesn't storm out of your life in a big dramatic exit. No, it just quietly passes you by. It sort of politely drifts away from the person who's overthinking everything and moves towards the person who is just there, the one who's present and relentlessly consistent. Okay, so if intelligence isn't the key, then what is? There has to be something else going on. It feels like there's this invisible metric that money is responding to, something that's being tracked with every single choice we make, every time we delay, every emotional reaction we have. So, what is this invisible force? I mean, what's the real currency here? What's actually determining our financial future? Maybe long before we even realized we were in a game to begin with.
All right, here it is, the uncomfortable truth. Money doesn't care how much you know. It just doesn't. It cares how you behave. Especially when things get uncomfortable, when the path isn't clear, and when it feels like you're making zero progress. That's the metric that matters, your behavior.
You see, there's this fundamental mismatch. Our intelligence loves clarity. It thrives in logical, predictable systems. But money is built in ambiguity. It grows in uncertainty. Our brain is screaming for confidence before it'll let us commit, but money rewards the person who's willing to act without any certainty at all.
I mean, think about it. When you feel that financial discomfort, the pinch of a budget, the nervousness of making an investment, your smart brain yells, "Whoa, stop, analyze this." But what if that feeling isn't a warning sign to stop? What if it's not a red flag? In the world of money, that discomfort, it's a toll. It's the price of admission you have to pay to get to the next level.
But honestly, this whole thing goes even deeper. Because if you think the problem is just about making better decisions, you're still kind of missing the point. The real issue isn't what you know, and it's not even about what you decide in one particular moment. It's about who you are.
The real problem has never been intelligence. It's identity. So we have this idea that wealth comes from a couple of big, brilliant decisions, but it just doesn't work that way. It grows out of your identity, from all the little things you do on autopilot, day in and day out, without even thinking about it.
And this is the goal. It's called behavioral alignment. It's that state where the right financial actions, they aren't even choices anymore. They're just part of who you are. Saving money isn't some big emotional struggle. Investing isn't a drama. It's just what you do, because your identity itself is no longer fighting the process. For so many smart people, every single financial move is this constant internal negotiation. You know the voice.
Should I invest now or wait? Is this really the best fund? Could I optimize my budget just a little bit more? Every single one of those questions creates friction. And money is like water. It always follows the path of least resistance. It absolutely hates friction.
And look, this next one is a tough pill to swallow. Reading another book, watching another video. It feels so productive, doesn't it? It feels smart. But if all that learning doesn't lead to consistent action, then it's really just emotional comfort pretending to be progress. It's the illusion of moving forward while you're actually standing perfectly still.
So what's the way out of this trap? Well, the solution, it isn't some complex, intellectually stimulating puzzle to solve. It's actually really simple. It's quiet. And to be honest, it's kind of boring. But it is so powerful.
Here it is. This is the one rule that changes the entire game. The single most powerful financial move you can make is not to learn more. It's to decide once and then obey that decision forever. It's all about taking your day-to-day intelligence, your emotions, your second guessing, and removing them from the equation completely.
So here's how it works. Step 1. You decide on a simple system just one time. Let's say automatically investing a certain percentage of your income. Done. Step 2. You remove all future debate. It's not up for discussion anymore. Step 3. You take your emotions out of it. And step 4. You just obey the system. Forever. That's it.
So I want to leave you with a question to really think about. Where, in your own life, are you using your intelligence as a shield? What discomfort are you analyzing over and over again, just so you don't have to actually feel it? Because I promise you, your answer to that question, it points directly to the biggest source of friction in your financial life.
So the big takeaway here isn't to get smarter, it's to become less conflicted. The real path forward isn't about adding more knowledge, it's about removing the negotiation, subtracting that constant internal debate. That's the only move that really, truly matters.
Because at the end of the day, the smartest people don't win this game. The most disciplined identities do. Money doesn't flow to the sharpest mind in the room. It flows to the most consistent behaviors. It never ever cared how smart you were. It only cared about how consistent you were willing to be.
The source material for this actually ends with an invitation, and I'm going to extend it to you. If something shifted for you while listening to this, if you felt a little click, subscribe for more clarity. But really, take a second to think about what that shift was. It's probably important.